In the days of yore, when dragons danced and wizards wobbled with their wands, a curious conundrum arose regarding the fairer sex and their fanciful forays into the fabled realms of wizardry. Lo, the title of wizard was oft bestowed upon burly bearded blokes, brandishing their staffs with swaggering aplomb. Yet, as fate would have it, a cadre of cunning enchantresses emerged from the shadows, stirring cauldrons and conjuring chaos with equal fervour. Thus begins our tale, a tapestry woven with whimsy, wit, and a sprinkle of sarcasm. Pray tell, what's in a name? A wizard is but a word, yet to some cultures women were dubbed witches, as if the mere mention of femininity rendered their magical might moot. How absurd, forsooth! In Arthurian legends, those splendid sagas steeped in chivalry, one finds Morgana Le Fay, a sorceress so splendidly powerful that even Merlin himself quivered at her prowess. Indeed, she brewed spells that could make even the most stoic knight swoon. Now let us delve deeper into this delightful dichotomy. Does gender truly matter in magic? Methinks not. Magic is an art form transcending mere mortal constraints. It is an ethereal essence that dances through the air, like a dandelion seed caught in a whimsical wind. Whether clad in robes or rags, wielding wands or wooden spoons, all who dare to dabble in the arcane arts possess potential aplenty. As we embark upon this enchanting exploration of spellcrafting and sorcery, allow me to impart some arcane facts. Didst thou know that the ancient scrolls speak of the spell of silly socks? This peculiar incantation grants its caster the ability to summon socks from thin air, albeit mismatched ones. A true test of magical metal indeed, but beware, the spell can lead to unforeseen consequences, such as spontaneous sock puppet performances. Picture this: a classroom filled with aspiring magicians, both male and female, gathered under the watchful gaze of Master Wobblewort, an eccentric wizard known for his penchant for puns and perplexities. With his wild hair resembling a hedgehog on roller skates, he proclaimed loudly, "Today's lesson shall be on the art of absurdity." The students exchanged glances. They knew they were in for quite the whimsical ride. "First," he continued with exaggerated enthusiasm, "we shall learn how to brew potions that bubble and burp." He gestured dramatically towards a cauldron that seemed to giggle at its own reflection. "But beware, one drop too much of dragon's drool may result in uncontrollable hiccups." The class erupted into laughter, a cacophony befitting such chaotic charm. Yet amidst this merriment lay an unexpected twist. A new spell had been discovered. Rumours whispered through enchanted corridors about the spell of Gender Bender, which promised to switch one's magical abilities based on gender identity for one moonlit night. The students gasped collectively. What mischief might ensue? Would Sir Blusterbottom become Lady Blusterbottom? Or would Lady Whimsywhirl suddenly find herself belching fire like a dragon? With bated breath and bubbling anticipation, they gathered around Master Wobblewort as he prepared to demonstrate this daring new incantation. "By the power vested in me by all things whimsical," he intoned dramatically while twirling his wand like a baton at a marching band competition. Suddenly, poof! A cloud of glittery smoke enveloped him. When it cleared, lo and behold, he had transformed into an elegant enchantress adorned in shimmering robes. The classroom erupted into uproarious laughter as Master Wobblewort twirled gracefully before them. "Fear not," he declared with mock seriousness, "for I'm still your beloved teacher, now with added flair." And thus did they learn that magic knows no bounds nor boundaries. It is but an expression of creativity unconfined by societal norms. In conclusion, dear readers and aspiring sorcerers alike, whether thou art male or female, or somewhere delightfully between, the world of magic welcomes all who dare to dream and create. So grab thy wand or whisk. Let us brew spells together under moonlit skies where absurdity reigns supreme. In a realm where the arcane arts artfully intertwine with the everyday, there existed a wizard of considerable renown, Sir Balthazar Blusterbottom, whose boastful bravado echoed through the enchanted halls of Eldritch Academy. "Behold," quoth he with a flourish most flamboyant, "I conjure storms and command the very clouds to dance. My spells are splendidly spectacular." Yet lo, as he pranced about in his robes of resplendent red, a witch named Winifred Whimsy wandered into the scene, her apron dusted with flour and her hair adorned with sprigs of rosemary. "Pray tell," she chimed cheerily whilst kneading dough as if it were a wayward spellbook, "what good is thy tempestuous thunder when I can bake bread that bewitches both taste buds and hearts?" With each twist and turn of her hands, she summoned not just sustenance but sorcery, a loaf so luscious it could make even the most stoic sorcerer swoon. The crowd gasped. Forsooth, who was truly the master of magic now? As Sir Balthazar's bravado began to wane like a waning moon, Winifred revealed her secret, an ancient spell known only to those who dared to dabble in culinary conjuration. "This spell," she declared with a wink that sparkled like starlight on still waters, "is called panem prestigium, which translates to bread of bewilderment. It transforms mere flour into fantastical feasts." The audience erupted in applause. What wizardry was this? A witch wielding wisdom through whiskey. Yet amidst the merriment and mirth arose an absurdity most profound, for as Winifred prepared to demonstrate her delightful incantation, she accidentally summoned forth a swarm of enchanted yeast sprites. These mischievous minions began bouncing about like caffeinated crickets, causing chaos in their wake. Flour flew hither and thither as they frolicked amongst the flour sacks, while Sir Balthazar attempted to regain his composure. "Fear not," bellowed Balthazar with exaggerated confidence. "I shall quell this yeastly uprising." He raised his wand high and chanted an incantation so convoluted it could befuddle even the most astute apprentice. By the power vested in me by the council of cackling cauldrons, yeast be gone. But alas, instead of banishing the sprites, he inadvertently transformed them into sentient sourdough loaves that began debating philosophy. "Lo, what trickery is this?" cried Winifred between fits of laughter. "Thou hast turned my playful sprites into pretentious pastries." The crowd roared at this unexpected twist. Who knew that bread could be so brainy? The loaves argued over existentialism while attempting to rise above their doughy destinies. In this moment of absurdity lay an opportunity for enlightenment. Winifred seized upon it. "Dear friends," she proclaimed amidst giggles galore, "let us teach these loaves how to wield wisdom alongside their wheat." And thus commenced an impromptu lesson on magic, wherein both wizard and witch united their talents to educate these philosophical pastries on matters arcane. With each lesson learned and every crumb consumed, Sir Balthazar found himself enchanted not by spells alone, but by camaraderie forged in flowery folly. Perhaps, he mused sarcastically whilst rolling out dough with newfound finesse, the true magic lies not solely in stormy skies or fiery flames, but also within our ability to share knowledge and baked goods. Thus did they concoct a new spell together, culinary conundrum, which allowed any magical being, be they wizard or witch, to create delectable dishes infused with enchantments aplenty. And so it was that Winifred's baking prowess became legendary, not merely for its taste, but for its transformative power over all who partook. And thus we raise our goblets high to all magical beings who defy definitions. For whether thou art dubbed wizard or witch, or something altogether whimsical, remember, magic transcends titles, it dwells within us all. So let us toast to our wondrous ways. May we ever find joy in sharing our spells, and perhaps some scrumptious sourdough too.